Hello and welcome to my channel on the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And today let's find out what's on the hook today. Lots of whips that I want to talk about, and an update on our charity pattern that y'all have been buying from us. And it's been only a week, and wow, we are halfway to our goal. We've sold 102 patterns, and all the proceeds from this pattern will go to Samaritan's Purse, which is a beautiful charity organization who is helping out in Ukraine. And I thought it was an appropriate way to do this charity. I will send the proceeds plus $1 of my own money for each pattern. So I'm going to contribute $200 because our goal is 200 patterns sold, and we're halfway there. We've only been doing this for a week. So if you haven't bought your people's pullover, please do. And I had a few people write me and say they bought 2 patterns to help give to charity, and they gave one away, one to her sister and one to an aunt or something. I'm not really sure where they went, but I know that they gave them away. So wonderful. What a great idea, and a great way to give back to the Ukrainian people. They have suffered a long time with this war, and we're just trying to help them out in a humanitarian way. This is not a political statement. So just wanted to remind you of that, and I promised that Crystal would model this pullover every week. So here she is again. She's modeling the people's pullover. It's a pretty design, actually. It's not just a quick design at all. I spent a while on this and wanted to make a sweater with a special design element at the bottom, and that's the lace that you crochet down here at the bottom. You start bottom up, and then you add the other design element, which is the bright yellow color, and that is the color of the Ukrainian flag. These two colors, blue and yellow. And you also add a little design element there and one around the short sleeve. The sleeves are, of course, crocheted right into the fabric, so it's an easy pattern to make. And you can make this for a nice summer sweater. You can extend the sleeves a little bit and make it more of a fall sweater. And of course, you can make it out of any color you want. I wanted to make it out of these 2 colors to help promote the pattern for charity. That's what I was doing this for. These are 2 colors from the Paint Box collection. I bought them at Love Crafts, not sponsored. These are the the Sailor Blue color and the Buttercup Yellow color, and they're worsted weight cotton, all 100% cotton yarn. So just really nice, a nice comfortable sweater. I've worn it a few times actually, and I wore it on my channel a while back, but Crystal offered to model this for me every single week because I'm going to be wearing some different sweaters. And so here she is, and we're going to thank Crystal and let her get back to her chair by the door. Here's a look at the pattern. This is the people's pullover, and you'll see it on my Etsy shop. The link will be down in the description box below. So if you're interested in purchasing this for charity, then you can go down to the description box and get a direct link to my Etsy shop. Now this is a quick lightning round of just miscellaneous things that I wanted to talk about. Before we get to whips, I wanted to talk about a few people that I want to shout out. One is my sister-in-law, Lori. She says she watches my show. She lives up near Washington, D.C., and has mentioned a couple times that she was watching, and so that's great. Lori, if you're watching, hello. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're having a wonderful spring up there in Washington, D.C. area. Also, I want to shout out Christy Wilson, who was a very wonderful subscriber who offered to find, and I think I bought this from her, but I'm not sure. It's the Beaches Audine Wools yarn that I made the Felicity pattern out of, and it's honestly one of my best-selling patterns, if you can believe that. Everybody wanted this Felicity pattern, and I may pull that on, put that on myself next video and show it one more time because it is a beautiful sweater. It's very comfortable, and I made it from interlock yarn from Audine Wools, which is a knit crate yarn, and the colorway is Beaches, and this is not available anymore, but Christy Wilson found this for me, and I so appreciate that. I was not able to finish the design without it. So thank you, Christy, for doing that. That's my shout out number 2. Thirdly, I want to shout out my friend Stephanie, who lives here in Chattanooga. And she said today, just on a text, we were talking about something else, and she said that she watched my show. So hello, Stephanie. Thank you for watching. I appreciate anybody who watches my show. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. So if you haven't subscribed, be sure to go down and do subscribe the little button there in the corner and click the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you'll know when I send out my videos. And also be sure to like this video. Maybe doing it now would help. So thank you for doing both those things to help this channel. Also, I want to shout out Anita in Tennessee. She is a person who sent me a pretty thank you card. Look how, and it's got a lot of bling on it. It's really pretty. And she's just thanking me for a giveaway that I sent to her that she won. So she's working on the Heartland Sequoia yarn, and a lot of you wanted that yarn. So thank you so much, Anita, for sending me that thank you note. I know a lot of people did want that yarn. It was a beautiful, beautiful color, just a beautiful color. And I wasn't a brown person at the time, so I felt like I needed to give that away. Now, moving right along, I am wearing the Fall into Autumn sweater as promised. Now, some of you have asked me about this one. This is also a very good selling pattern. It's almost one of my best, actually. And I did it 2 years ago when I first started my channel. I made it from mandala tweed, and I don't think they have it anymore. The colorway was Lucky Penny. And if you're very, very lucky, you might be able to find some on eBay, and somebody might have a cake or two of this. I used 600 yards of the mandala tweed. So I think I had 2 cakes, and I used one and then part of another. And then I used 160 yards of the trim. The trim was a size 3, and it was a cashmere wool combination. Very beautiful and very comfortable. I really like the way this fits and the way it feels. So I'm going to stand up and show you what it looks like in full view. Okay, here is my Fall into Autumn sweater made from mandala tweed. Love that yarn. It is so soft. I really like it. This has the sleeves built right into the fabric, which I do sometimes in my designs, and also has a really nice wide band along the sleeves and a wide band at the bottom as well. So therefore you're not using as much of your main color as you would if you made the whole sweater from it. You can actually save main color yarn if you want to put more trim on this. Now I just put a little trim around the neck, but you can certainly make that much wider. It also has a special stitch on the trim. It is a back loop stitch, and it does give it a little more texture, and it makes it stand out just a little bit rather than just using a plain double crochet. Here's the back of the sweater. It's about maybe 5 inches from my waist, and it has 4 inches of ease. So 4 inches of ease will make your sweater just a little bit loose, but not too much. There's not a whole lot that you can grab there, but it does fit nice and loose so that when you sit down it doesn't bind you. And I really like that about this sweater. This is one of my favorites. I know I say that about a lot of my designs, but this is really one of my favorites because it's so comfortable. Here is the pattern on my Etsy shop. It's called Fall into Autumn. If you're interested, you can purchase that. It's actually a very long pattern. It's like 14 pages, but it has some very good instructions about measuring. That was back when I was first getting started explaining how to measure yourself side to side, and there's some very detailed information in here about that. So if you're interested in that, you might take a look at this pattern. This is Fall into Autumn. Again, you can make it out of spring colors. You can make it out of any color you want, of course, as I always say, and this is a number 4 yarn. You could even make it out of a number 3 if you wanted to, and just pare down that hook a little bit. This was made with a J hook, and I don't know, I just really like the way it fits. It's just perfect the way I came up under the arm, and I gave myself about 1 inch of ease under here, and then I chained out for the sleeve as I do, and then on the other side of course as well. So it was very easy to make. It was very quick make too. I didn't spend a lot of time on it as far as just making the sweater, so that doesn't have anything to do with writing the design down, but it was a quick make, and for you it is a quick make as well. So I hope you'll take a look at that one. Let's move along to a combination of my works in progress and my shop update. I know y'all have been asking me about these project bags, and my orders finally came in. My orders finally came in. So I have 4 colors that I'm offering right now, and if there's a color that you've been waiting on, I'm just excited that I've got, hopefully it will have the color that you're looking for. So I'm going to work through my whips, and I'm going to show you each project bag that I have out on my Etsy shop. Now, they're not all out there. My purple ones are out there, my lilac, and the other 3 will be out there tomorrow at some time, probably before lunch. So just keep your eye on the Etsy shop and you'll see them when they pop up as a listing. Hopefully I can get them done this evening or tomorrow morning, one or the other. So you'll see them out there. And if you're on the Etsy newsletter, you'll get a notice when, if I'm one of your favorited shops, I hope I am, you will get a notice when a new listing comes out for that particular shop, and that would be my shop. So that would be great. That way you don't have to wait around. And I'll probably also send an email to the community with this information on it. So I wanted to tell you that beforehand, but we're going to look at some whips right now. Now, I'm wearing the fall into autumn sweater, and I'm making another one out of coffee shop yarn. And a lot of y'all like this. I do too. Coffee shop yarn is a beautiful, beautiful yarn. It's 100% acrylic. And this is the steel color, I believe. Let me check it. Let me be sure. Yeah, it's the steel color, and it's all grays and blacks, charcoals. There's a tiny bit of black in here, but it's really more of a really dark charcoal. And I'll show you that right here. This is probably the darkest color in the colorway, and this is what it looks like made up. And yes, it is stripy. Yes, it is stripy. I'm not loving that, but I'm going to get over it because I have made something else out of coffee shop, and I had to get over the stripiness in that too. But if you buy one of their cakes in which the colors blend really well, like these are all grays and blacks, so I knew that would blend okay. If you get one with pink and green and blue and all, you're going to find it being very stripy. Now, if you don't want a stripy yarn, I wouldn't select those colors. But this has turned out to be pretty nice. I have completed the front, and I showed you this the other day. This is all completed, ready to go. And I'm going to put a rib at the bottom. So I left it a little bit short, as you can see. It's not very long from the bottom of the neck. It's only about this long. And then I will add a rib to that at the bottom. This light keeps blowing out my camera. I apologize. All right, and so now I'm working on the back, and this is how much I've done on the back. I'm almost there. I only have about 7 or 8, maybe 5 or 6 rows to go actually, and I'm going to drop the back down just a little bit, and I think I actually did that in this pattern too. I'm using this pattern as a little bit of an outline for the coffee shop version of it. So this is the back, and I haven't broken for the neck, but I am going to drop the neck down just a little bit, not as much as this obviously, but just a little bit, so that I'll have a little bit more of a summer neckline on this particular pattern. So I really like that about it. I've kind of decided to do that. I also did not chain out for sleeves like I did in this one. I did not chain out for sleeves on this because all I'm going to do is add a few rows and make it more of a short sleeve. I'm not going to make this a long sleeve or even an elbow length sleeve sweater because it will just look too hot. It might not be that hot, but because of the colors, these are not summer colors as far as I'm concerned. And I'm going to put a black ribbing on this particular sweater. The black that I've chosen is Malabrigo Arroyo, and that is the type of yarn that it is. And it says that it's a sport weight or a number 3, and that's what Coffee Shop is as well. Coffee Shop is a number 3 yarn. It's a little bit fat, and so is this yarn. It's a little bit fat. And so I held the strands up next to each other, and they looked like they were about the same size. So I thought, I'm just going to use this black. It's a beautiful, beautiful kind of a luxury yarn. It's a Malabrigo, which I dearly love. It is 100% merino wool, and I know y'all will write me and say I shouldn't combine wool with acrylic. I'm just going to soak this in some cool water with soap and let it dry. Just lay it flat. I think it'll be just fine. I'll do an experiment for you so you don't have to. But I just wanted to put more of a luxury yarn on this particular sweater, just like I did on the fall into autumn sweater. So that's what I'm doing with this, and hopefully I'll be finished with that by next week. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I'm almost there as far as the basic crocheting of the pattern. The rest will be putting it together and putting some edging on there. Now, this is living in my lilac bag, and y'all have been looking at these for a couple of videos. I have a few of these left, and that is all I'm going to have. So these are the lilac color bags. They have 2 pockets inside and 1 pocket on the outside. They are not zippered. This is an open bag that just stands up. It stands up very nicely, even with there's nothing in there except a yarn band. So it does stand up very nicely without anything in it. So this is living in my lilac project bag. So I'm going to show you each bag that I have out on the shop as of tomorrow at lunch. And you can, if you want one, then you'll have 4 bags to choose from. So that is the lilac bag out on my Etsy shop right now. I know that y'all have been following my progress with the Brickwork afghan, and that is the afghan that I'm making. It's Mary Maxim. It's called the Brickwork afghan. I really like this. I liked it the first time I saw it, and usually that's a sign that I need to maybe buy the kit, and so that's what I did. I bought the kit, and it's beautiful, beautiful colors, and there's blueberry, and this is the one I like working with the best. And I have made a couple of rows progress on this, and that's pretty much it. But I've been very, very busy with Easter, so you'll have to forgive me. But this is where I've gotten so far, and now I am working on I'm finished with the mortar at the top of the blueberry, and so I'll be starting on the purple, the thistle I think is the color, and I'll be working on that next. But this is what it looks like. That's the back side. I apologize. Here's the front side right there, and that's what it looks like. Love it. I really do love it. I really do love it. And I should have this finished by the time it gets cool. Now, that's a big order because I know that I have another tall order back here that's my Persian tiles. I must work on that. But I'm just excited about summer sweaters, and I hate to stop designing summer sweaters just to make an afghan. So I may not do a whole lot of work on that one, or this one actually this summer. I'll have to see where I am on that. But this is actually living in a brand new color of project bags. And y'all, if y'all are waiting for a new color, here it is. This is the stone wash color, and there's my logo embroidered on there. Very, very nice. This is the stone wash color, and it's an off-white, kind of a cream color. No, so yeah, it is a light beige. I would call that a very, very light beige. And it has the black handles just like the others do, and it has 1 pocket on the outside, and it has it has a pocket on each side of each end of the bag right there. There's also a zipper at the top that closes it up. It's the same exact size as the open bag. So this bag and the lilac bag are the same size. See how big that is? It's really, really big. It's a big bag, and it's waterproof. You can take this to the beach and set it right on the beach. They say that there's no water that will go through this bag. So that's exciting to me because you don't want to get your crocheting wet when you go to the beach. But you like to take it to the beach. I know a lot of people that crochet on the beach, and I like to do the same thing. So this is the new Stonewash bag. It's available as of tomorrow at lunchtime on my Etsy shop, so you can take a look at it out there. I have another project called the Cecilia sweater. Some of you have asked me about it, and y'all keep track of my whips better than I do. So I appreciate you asking about it. I actually spent quite a bit of time on this last weekend, and I didn't show it because on Monday's video I didn't feel like I had enough done on it. So I've been working on it a little bit this week. This was intended to be a top-down sweater, and I had done a little bit of a top-down work on it, and I was not pleased with it. I don't know what. To me, it was just too much work for a top-down sweater. This is a size 2 cotton yarn, and the colorway of this is mainly fog. It says a number 3. I'm sorry, this says it's number 3, but it acts like to me a number 2. But this is Premier's Afternoon Cotton. Upside down. This is Premier's Afternoon Cotton, 100% cotton. Very, very nice yarn. It's very, very soft. I love it. I love how soft this is. And I'm going to contrast this with 3 more colors in the Afternoon Cotton. And they are Coral, Thistle, and Deep Jade. Those are the 3 colors in the Afternoon Cotton that I'm using for a contrast to this fog color, F-O-G. This is fog. And this is the work that I've done on it so far. It's going to be a bottom-up sweater. I just felt like I needed to do that. And I'm putting a lot of ease in this, so it's a little bit loose. It's a little bit, It's a big sweater. It's going to be very wide. But there's what it looks like. I'm putting a little bit of a design element along the bottom. And then I'm going to mirror that up here at the top with 3 different colors and make the back look the same as the front. I think that's where I'm going with this. And then I'll have another design element on the sleeve. So it'll have some short sleeves in it, and these colors will be used throughout. So it'll be really pretty, really pretty. I've been working on it, and I've been working out of this bag right here. These are now available. I ordered a few more of these, and those of y'all who like these, this is the Azalea Pink, and there's my logo right there on the front. It says On the Hook Crochet, Wearable Crochet Style. It has the little yarn ball. All of these are the same as far as the logo goes. This is also a zippered top bag, so it has a large pocket on the side, and then it has a zipper to close it, but it doesn't have any pockets inside. So it's either zippered with no pockets inside, it also has them on the outside though, or the bags are not zippered and they have the pockets inside. So there are 2 colors of each. So I'm trying to give y'all plenty to choose from. If you wanted to, choose a different color, you could. So that is living in my Azalea Pink bag, and hopefully I'll get some work done on that now that it's out here where I can see it. I'm planning this out of comfy cotton. I may have shown something with this, and I'm going to dig in here and show you what I did at first. I started this like I was doing the People's Pullover, and when the People's Pullover came along, I thought, nope, I'm going to do the People's Pullover, and I'm going to change up the colors and do all that. This is what I started with. This was the bottom of another sweater that I started, and I was putting stripes in it like this. And I said to Mr. Hook, what do you think about this in Ukrainian colors? And he said, are you saying you would make this a blue sweater with yellow stripes, or a yellow sweater with blue stripes? And I said yes. And he says, that's a lot of design element on there. Maybe you should just do a little bit of one. And so that's how I came up with the People's Pullover. And that's kind of how my mind works. And he helps me a lot as far as another perspective on my designs. I don't have a lot of friends that I talk to all the time, so I don't run my designs past them. And I do run them past Mr. On the Hook, and he's very helpful with his comments. And so this was the original pattern for the People's Pullover, but it didn't turn into that. I changed it up, changed the stitch pattern. I changed everything but the lace. It's the same at the bottom, and I really love that look. So you don't have to wear a tank top under this. You can just let that be over your jeans or your skirt or whatever you're wearing below it. So this is what it looked like to begin with, right about there. Waist, right about there. And I had gotten all the way to the top, and I thought I would ask him what he thought about this. So that is no more. However, I do love the yarns that I was using in this. There's some of my favorite for summer. This is Comfy Cotton. It's of course a Lion brand yarn, and I ordered some more of this on Amazon. This is the whipped cream colorway. This is also 392 yards on the cake, so there are a lot of yards on here. This is 50 cotton, 50 polyester. So again, this is Comfy Cotton, a wonderful yarn to use. It also says that it's a number 3, but it actually to me acts more like a worsted weight, a light worsted weight. You could probably use it in either type of pattern, either a 3 or a 4 weight yarn that you might need, but this particular one is one of my favorites because I love the color. The color is absolutely perfect. It's neutral, but it's not white. This is white right here. This is white, and this is whipped cream. So it's quite a bit different. It's more of a creamy color. So I'm combining that particular yarn with another yarn called Mandala Ombre. They still have this available, I think, at Amazon. I think that's where I found this, actually. I bought this last year, and I was using it in the stripes of this particular sweater design, but I didn't like the way they were looking. But I think I'm going to try it again. I have another idea for this, and I won't need very much of this alternate blue color, but I'm going to combine it with the white, and it'll be just beautiful. I love blue and white in the summer. I just think that's a beautiful, beautiful look. Now this is what I've come up with so far, and I don't like it. I think I'm going to do a top down for this one. but I was just kind of experimenting with some stitch pattern and using a back loop only, and it gives it a really nice texture. I really like that, and comfy cotton is just so soft and it's stretchy. It's really super nice for a summer sweater. So I have 3. The only way I could buy this whipped cream Lion brand was in groups of 3. That's how it came. And I don't need all that, so you may see that in a giveaway. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But that is living in my new pink bag. These are the pink bags that went in like 2 minutes on my website. The first time I had a project bag. And I offered it in the light pink. So beautiful. I love this color. And I had this out there. I had 5 of these on my website, and they went ridiculously fast. And I thought, well, I'm going to order some more of those. So it's been months since I reordered these, but I finally got them in. Apparently they're very popular. But this has a pocket on the outside, just like the other ones, just like the pink ones. And it has 2 pockets on the inside. It is an open bag, so it stands up by itself, just like that. And it has my logo on it, of course, right there. So these are out there, will be on the Etsy shop by tomorrow at noon. And it might be easier to put these out there because I already have a listing for it, and they had run out, and had run out of the bag. So it's still waiting for me to kick it back in, so I might just do that this afternoon. So this is available as well. So I have 4 colors available on my Etsy shop. They're the Azalea Pink, which is the dark pink, and it is a zippered bag. I have the light pink, which is not a zippered bag. I have the lilac bags, still a few available. Those are not zippered bags. And then I have the new stonewash bags that do have zippers. So all that will be on the Etsy shop, and if you want a zipper or don't want a zipper, you can choose whatever color you want. So that is what I wanted to talk about as far as my whips go, and tell you what they were living in and give you a little bit of a shop update as well. Now, the People's Pullover, I'm at about 102 patterns, so I'm really excited about that. So that money will be going to Samaritan's Purse in a week or 2. I hope that I will be able to get the goal of 200, get to that goal very, very quickly so we can get that money over to Ukraine. So if you haven't bought one, I would really appreciate it if you did. Just know that the proceeds are going to the Samaritan's Purse to give to the people in Ukraine, or to apply to what they're doing in Ukraine. They're doing some really good work. And I'll put a link down in the description box of a video that you can watch about his work, Franklin Graham's work over there in the Ukraine. So there are other charities working there, but I just wanted to use that one. So if you don't mind, take a look at the People's Pullover if you haven't bought one yet, or buy one for a friend and keep one for yourself. Buy 2, and that way we can reach our goal even faster. Now I want to do a quick update on my diamond painting that I'm working on, the Nativity from Diamond Art Club. That is a sponsored diamond painting, but I loved it. They let me pick the one that I wanted, and I really loved that one. So I'm working on it. I'm almost finished, so I wanted to show you the progress I've made. So let's take a look. Okay, for those of you who have been asking about the Nativity diamond painting, I have that. I want to show that to you. But first, I forgot to show you this. A long time ago, I bought a light pad, and this is great to put under your diamond paintings. You can see my overhead light there. But anyway, this is by Crafty Mint, and I believe I bought this right off of Amazon, and it wasn't very expensive at all. It's a large version of it too. It is actually, it is 11 inches by 14 inches, 11 by 14. So it's quite large. And up here in the corner, you just touch this with your finger, and it makes the light come on. And it goes 3 levels up and then off. So you can really get it so bright underneath the diamond painting. It's quite wonderful. It makes it so much easier to diamond paint. I wanted to show you that before I showed you the Nativity, because I pulled it off of my easel here and I laid it on the floor. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so here we are on the carpet. It's really just a rug. But I laid this out because I really hadn't looked at it very much. I had the sides of it were rolled up this way, and I was working on the center. And this is the part that I have not finished, right there, just right in the center. I've done all this up here and along the sides, and I've also finished the right side over here. So there's a shepherd and a king and a couple kings over here. I believe this is Joseph, and then there's Mary down here, right about there, and then baby Jesus there, and then there's a light that shines from the star, which is way up here at the top, a star, and the light shines right. You can see how it gets there right to the baby. So it's really a beautiful painting. I like it, and I also like the sky back here, which I never noticed before because I was working on it upside down. So when you're upside down, you don't notice the types of wood that are in here and the sky. But when I turned it around, it was just so neat to see this beautiful painting come to life in diamond painting. So I just wanted to show you this. This is from Diamond Art Club. It is a sponsored diamond painting, but I'm really enjoying it. I should be through with this quite soon, hopefully by next Monday, or maybe take me a little longer than that. But when I finish it, I will show it to you again. So that's a little look at my diamond painting craft. I hope you liked that video. I'm trying to make it fast. I don't want to bore anybody, but I am almost finished. I just have that one piece in the middle to finish up, so I'm really excited about getting that to the framers and getting it up on my wall or over the fireplace or somewhere where I decide to put it for now. So y'all know that I have my three kings that are up on the staircase, and they stay up there all year long. So when I asked Mr. on the Hook what he would like to do with the Nativity right now, he says, let's hang it up. I want to see it. And I said, well, it's not Christmas time. And he said, of course, it doesn't matter if it's Christmas time or not. It's a beautiful, beautiful scene. So I'll get that up and to the framers pretty soon. Hopefully, I don't know, a couple weeks I'll have that back. But I may show it again after I complete it and I am sealing it. And I always show y'all how I seal it. It's not hard to do. And how to finish it first before you seal it. And a couple things that you do to it before you seal it with the Mod Podge. So I'll probably do a short video clip or a video by itself of doing that to the Nativity. Now that's, again, sponsored by Diamond Art Club. There's a link down in the description. You can go there and look, and a lot of y'all have gone out and actually bought diamond paintings from them. One thing I like about Diamond Art Club, besides just how nice the paintings are that they offer, I like the quality of the drills, and that's very important. When you start diamond painting, you'll realize that when you have drills with a lot of trash and a lot of pieces that don't belong, or they're not shiny, or they're odd sizes, oh, it's so hard to finish a diamond painting when you're working with drills like that. But Diamond Art Club is very careful about the drills that they put in, and they actually own the company that makes the drills, and that way they can keep the quality up. And I think that's a big plus when you're diamond painting, because you don't want to have to sift through a bunch of drills. You don't want to have to separate drills. I've had to do that on a couple of paintings, and where you have to crunch the drills together to make them break apart from each other, and it slows you down, and it's really annoying. I don't like that. I don't like to do that. I like to diamond paint when I'm sitting at my easel. I also wanted to show you that really neat light pad. That has been a lifesaver for this Nativity because it's a little bit darker than the last one I did, and I really like the way the light comes through the diamond painting. You can see how to diamond paint so much easier. You can see those symbols without having to use a magnifying glass. Sometimes I've had to use those before I got my light pad, so you might consider one of those. I think you can get them off Amazon. They're all different sizes. That's an 11 by 14. It's a big one, and if you're used to doing tiny diamond paintings and that's all you really want to do, you should buy the 8 by, I think there's an 8 by 10 or 10 and a half or something like that. You might want to consider one of those because you don't really need that big 11 by 14 pad, but I knew most of the ones that I do are quite large, and so I went ahead and bought the 11 by 14. It was a little more expensive, but it was worth it, and I've really enjoyed using that. Now let's get to giveaways. We've got lots of giveaways to talk about today, and one is the Mrs. Crosby yarn, and the winner of this a few weeks back did not claim their prize, and so I'm going to give it away again. I'm going to give it away again. Now, if the person who won this, if you find me within the next week before I pick the winner for this, then I'll send it to you. If you sign up for a giveaway, be sure to watch the next video at least so that you can see if you won or not. I don't notify the person. The person has to notify me. So this is, again, Mrs. Crosby's pansy color yarn. Mostly it's pansy color. There's a solid color too, which is the Midnight Aubergine, and I'll show you those two colors right now. Y'all really like these. I don't blame you. it's a beautiful, beautiful yarn. This is the Mrs. Crosby pansy colored yarn, pansy colorway, whatever you call it. This is the Midnight Aubergine color. Beautiful. Look at those paired up. They were actually, I'm sure they were dyed to pair up. Beautiful together. And I bought them thinking that I was really going to love it, but I don't love this sweater. I have basically finished it. There's really nothing much to do other than a few trim pieces and maybe to close up this sleeve. This sleeve is too big for me. You can see through here, and I didn't like that, and I didn't want to mess with it anymore. I was kind of over it. So I'm going to send this sweater along with it. The sweater is large. It is not a medium. I think I've made a large here. It's got plenty of ease. Look at all that ease in there. So I'm sending this along. You can frog this out. Mrs. Crosby is easy to frog. You can frog that out while you're watching TV, and then you'll have all that yarn. I think there were 4 or 5 skeins of it in with my project, and I just want to send this out to somebody. It's really, really soft too, but I don't want it. I'm sending it out. It'll also come in an Artsika bag, and these are bags that I receive sometimes from Amazon. They'll send me this with yarn in it, and I'm sending this out with the pansy sweater, and all the yarn bands will go with it, so you'll know what you're working with and how to take care of it, and then a couple of these to go with it, so you'll have all kinds of things to frog out if you want to frog, or you can finish. It's either frog or finish, and that's what I'm going to call some of these projects that I have going on that I don't want to finish. I'm just going to give them away and call them frog or finish. And if you want to frog it, you can. So this is back up for grabs. The keyword is pansy, P-A-N-S-Y. The keyword for this is pansy, and that'll be selected next week if I don't hear from the winner this week. As I was reading your comments this week, and I did read them all, I think I read every single comment. And y'all are the dearest people I've ever met. You say the kindest things to me. I so appreciate that, because I do work hard to make my videos interesting and show you lots of things to do. I try to present lots of content for y'all so you can enjoy my videos. Even if you're crocheting or knitting while you're watching, I do that myself. I have a lot of videos that I watch. I'm a little behind right now, but I do watch other people's videos, and I like it when others are creative. They have a lot of content, and their transitions are smooth, and I really like that. And that's the way I try to do my show. I like to make it interesting so that you're not bored when you're watching me. So I'm doing this backwards. The giveaway for next week is going to be these 3 things, and I have already shown you one. This is one that's going out, and if someone claims that prize, I will figure out something else to give away. So I'll still have 3 winners next week. That is the pansy keyword, so don't forget. Then I'm also sending out 2 magazines, and these are not crochet magazines, I'm sorry, but my crochet magazine hasn't come in yet. So Mr. On the Hook brought this to me yesterday, and he says, there's no crochet magazines in here. But I know that a lot of y'all quilt, a lot of you cross stitch, a lot of you diamond paint, a lot of you do other crafts besides crochet, although that is the focus of my show. So this is a beautiful, beautiful magazine that's going out next week to someone, Quilter's World. The keyword is quilt, Q-U-I-L-T, and I'm only going to say that a time or two. The keyword is quilt. And let me just bring to your attention a few things in here which are very beautiful. This is the Lake House pattern. If you're a quilter, this is beautiful for summer. And of course it draws your attention to the flag colors, and it's not really a flag, but it is as pretty as a flag. I really love that. That's beautiful. Red, white, and blue. Those are the only colors in there. Love it, love it. There are 2 shades of blue, which kind of sets it off. I really like that. It's called Standing Proud. I called it Lake House. I'm sorry. It's called Standing Proud. Right here is the name of it. Standing Proud. And it is about, I guess about the flag. It kind of shouts out the flag. So it's really beautiful. I like that. If you're a quilter and you know how to do that, that's great. Also, this is so springy. This is the Flower Patch Garden. And this is a beautiful, beautiful quilt. Look at this. I'm trying to get it over there where you can see it. It's called the Flower Patch Garden. And it's just so interesting to me. And I love the white background. I think that is gorgeous. And then the edging, it looks like kind of an odd material. They did use it in here, I believe, right there. But to me, it looks kind of odd going around the edge, but that makes it interesting to look at. Again, that is the Flower Patch Garden quilt pattern that's in this magazine. Also, the last but not least, the one that I like the best, and I love handbags, so I'm just in love with handbags. And here's a quilt with handbags all over it. It's just so cute, and they're using pre-cuts, and I don't know if you can see that, pre-cuts. And these are designs that are made from pre-cut fabric, so they're not so hard to do. You can quickly cut them how you need them. They're not so difficult to use. And I read through the instructions, and of course I know I'm not going to be making this, but it is really cute. Here's another picture of it right there. That's it laying flat. I love that. Love, love, love that. I even love the colors. So that's a perfect quilt for summer. Again, this is the Quilter's World, and this will be going out next week to a lucky winner. So use the word quilt as the key word, and you'll be in the running for that. If you're not a quilter and you don't know anybody who quilts, you can get it for yourself just to look through. You might get inspired to try something different, another craft, which involves a sewing machine and a round cutter and a cutting mat, and that's probably all you really need for that. Some of them are very, very easy, and they do say which ones are for beginners and which ones aren't. So it's easy to pick one. All right, the next magazine, and this, of course, the keyword will be cross, because this is a cross-stitch magazine. And these are both magazines, current magazines. They're for June of 2022. Look at that. That's another spring, beautiful, beautiful pattern right there. Love that. And it's called Welcome to the Garden. This whole book is full of beautiful patterns to make, and cross-stitch patterns. One, busy bees. Now y'all know I call myself a busy bee sometimes because I'm just all over the place, and that's the way bees are. There is the busy bee cross-stitch pattern, and it's in a special kind of box, and they tell you where to get that box. It's a box that opens up, and the busy bee design is on the top of the box, and I love, love, love that. I think that is beautiful. That is a functional cross-stitch project, and I love boxes. So it's a white box that opens up. You could put jewelry in there or set it on your dresser or on your desk and look at it all the time. I really love that. That's called Busy Bees. And then another one that I wanted to show you is Summer Bouquet, and that is the one that's on the front. That is called Summer Bouquet. And it's installed inside the top of a shaker box. And if you know what a shaker box is, I don't see it. Maybe you can see it better in this picture. It's a box that is, there's the top of the box, and then this fits over on top of it. It's a wooden box, and it's in a round form. That's what that is. It's a round top, and this fits on top of the box. And they tell you in here how to install it on the top of the box. I love that. Shaker box. That's what it's made into, and I really like that. Here's another one that is nostalgic. This is called Family Rules, and I'm going to read this to you because I just think it is so beautiful. Each rule has a Bible verse that goes with it, and it tells you where to find that, where it is recommended to be this way in your family. So it says, in our home, always be honest, keep your promises, be kind-hearted, forgive and forget, work hard, never give up, and love one another. But most important, love one another. That is so sweet. I love that. Wouldn't that be pretty in your kitchen or near your dining table where everybody sits during their meals? And you could even read it out loud as a family. I think that's a really nice idea. But that's pretty intense as far as a pattern, and the skill level is it's an intermediate. So, and I can see why when I looked through there I thought, man, I don't believe I'll be trying that, but somebody out there might like to try that. So again, this will go out next week. This is called the Just Cross Stitch magazine, and the keyword is cross, C-R-O-S-S. And be sure to sign up for that if you know anybody who cross stitches, if you cross stitch, if your mother cross stitches, if you just want to look at some cross stitch. That's a great magazine to look at. So I'll have my Mrs. Crosby and 2 magazines next week to give away. So let's find out who wins this week's giveaway. So let's take a look at those. These are the giveaways that we're going to select winners for today. So let's take a look at those. There are 5 balls of Paint Box Buttercup Yellow and 4.5 or 4 1/4 balls of Paint Box in Sailor Blue. These are the 2 colors that I use for the People's Pullover. So I had too many and I thought, well, I'm just going to give those away to somebody. So that's what I'm doing. There are 5 yellows and 4 1/4 blues left over. So those will go to giveaway winner number 1. And the box was the keyword for this particular this yarn that's going out today. So box is the key word. I saw a lot of boxes in the comments. All right, so the second gift was a pattern of choice, and the keyword was Etsy. So a lot of y'all use that word. A pattern of choice from my Etsy shop. You can pick any one you want, and I will send it to you for free and directly to your email. And it'll be a PDF pattern that you can print off or save into your files and use whenever you get ready to. So that is gift number 2. Let's do it in that order. So we have the paint box yarn, the pattern from my Etsy shop, and third of all is the pumpkin crochet surprise. That would be this right here. A lot of people wanted that. It's a crochet surprise, and these are the pumpkin trivets. And if you fall will be here right after summer, so just know that you only have a few months to go. So there are the pumpkin trivets. I think these are so cute. That would be so cool on your Thanksgiving table. It would be so pretty on the table with the hot dishes on there, and maybe your turkey or whatever it is you fix for Thanksgiving. Really, I love these. These are so pretty. I loved them when they came in the first time, and I gave them away. But these are from Peg Chandler. And Peg, this is the very last crochet surprise box that I'm giving away. These were compliments of Peg Chandler. And thank you so much, Peg, for sending these. She didn't have time to make them, so she sent me several crochet surprises, and I'm giving them away one at a time. And this is the very last one. So this is the pumpkin trivet box, and all the colors that you'll need to make those are here. Beautiful, beautiful colors for fall. There they are. And you'll also receive a pumpkin spice soy candle. That is right there. The pumpkin spice soy candle. Really like that. And that's Cork and Craft. Cork and Craft is the manufacturer of that. And then you'll also receive the orange fennel tea, which is jasmine pearl. There's not a jasmine pearl made that doesn't taste really cool. I like the taste of all those. So when I was receiving Crochet Surprise that I was paying for, I of course drank the tea. And now they send me the box, and I give the box away for free. But this box was from Peg Chandler, so make no mistake, she has sponsored this piece of my giveaways this week. So the keyword for that was pumpkin, and I saw a lot of that word come through on my comments as well. So let's turn the camera to the computer and find out who wins these 3 gifts. Here we are at the computer, and there is the URL, the internet address of the video from last Monday. Here's the word box. So we're giving away the paint box yarn. Let's find out how many people wanted that particular gift. And so we have a number of 202. So let's go over here and start. We're going to pick the winner of the paint box yarn, and the winner is Deborah Lawson. Deborah Lawson. And there is, let's see if we can find it, box right there, box in her comments. So Deborah Lawson, you have won the paint box yarn. So let's scroll back up here, and we're going to change the keyword, and we're going to change it to Etsy. That is ETSY. And let's go down here and find out how many people wanted a pattern. And let's see, is it showing us? Here we go. 195. So 195 wanted a pattern. I keep scrolling past where I need to be. Here it is. All right, let's go over here and find out who wins an Etsy pattern of your choice from my shop. Etsy pattern of your choice. And that's Ramona Cowman. Ramona Cowman. All right, and the word is Etsy, and let's find Etsy. There it is, Etsy in her comments. So Ramona Cowman, you have won the Etsy pattern of your choice. Now let's go back up here, and we're going to change this to pumpkin. That's Pumpkin, and let's find out how many people wanted the crochet surprise box. Crochet surprise box, and that would be 197. So let's go over here and find out who wins the crochet surprise box for this week. Compliments of Peg Chandler. Here it is, Gail Stellar. you have won the pumpkin trivet box and the crochet surprise box. That's their word right there, pumpkin. So thank you so much, Gail. You are the winner of our crochet surprise box this week. So congratulations to everyone. Congratulations to all of our winners. Thank you so much for participating, and thank you so much for your comments. I appreciate every one of you that write to me. I really do appreciate the time that you take to put in a comment, and I'm glad that I can pay back a little bit or give back with some gifts to give away. So if you haven't won one, don't despair. You can get back on the track by signing up for the 3 we have next week. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. I'm planning to have one myself. I was at my daughter's house this weekend, and we got to spend time with our little grandsons. I introduced them to y'all a few videos ago, and I'm glad I got to show those little guys to you because they're so dear and so sweet. And Mr. On the Hook had a really nice egg hunt with them out in the backyard while my daughter and I had a little chit chat. We were so starved for being able to talk to each other just by ourselves when it's quiet in person. So we just don't really get to do that much. And she has a new job, and she's really excited about that, and she was telling me all about that. So it was fun to visit, and I'm back now. Hopefully this week I can be very, very productive. I've got lots of plans of things I want to do. So I hope you'll be doing some wonderful crafting yourself at home, and then enjoy your weekend, next weekend. And I may be back Friday, but more than likely it'll be Monday. So subscribe to my channel, and that way you'll know when my next video comes out. And be sure to join the community. That is down in the description box, and you'll get a free pattern as well as being signed up for free to be in the know about my patterns and shop updates, project bags, free patterns, anything that I send out. You will be a recipient. So if you're in the community, you can do that. It doesn't cost you anything. It's not invasive. I hope you will be okay with me sending an email every so often so you'll know what's going on. And that's about being a member in the community. So I hope you do that as well. And be sure to check out Diamond Art Club. They are the sponsor of my diamond art that I'm doing right now. So I'm really thankful to them. And I have a special company that's going to send me some yarn, and we're going to talk about that in another video. So I'm really excited about that. And they will be sponsoring a giveaway. And also, I'm going to try to make a project with their yarn. Or I think I'm going to make a project with their yarn. And I'll talk about it on my videos ongoing. So that'll be kind of fun. And when someone sends you free yarn, it's just fun to use it and maybe even design a sweater with it. I don't know. I'll have to see how much yarn that I receive and what I can do with it. So I'm excited to review it. They asked me for an honest review, so I'm going to be doing that in the very near future. So my yarn should be here quite soon. I'm excited about that. I'm waiting for that to come in. So I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you for joining me on the Hook Crochet. Please come back and see us and join the community. Don't forget. And join me next time to find out what's on the hook.